Convenience is getting incredibly expensive these days, and I think battery-operated snowblowers are the pinnacle of it. Not everyone needs a snowblower. You live in Florida, you don't have a snowblower. As you move up, you don't really need too much of it up until you get into maybe even way upper Michigan or out towards the mountains, something like that. But here in mid-Michigan, we don't get a ton of snow. We get enough that we need a snowblower, unless you want to hire it out. But we really get 2 big storms a year now. It's not like back when I was a kid when we had feet of snow on the ground and we all rode snowmobiles everywhere. It's just not that way anymore. So when we look at a battery-operated snowblower, it makes sense. No gas engine to take care of, no nothing. We just put a battery in it and hope it runs. If it doesn't, then I guess we have to probably replace it. This DeWalt battery snowblower is for business, so it's going to be trucked around in the back of our plow truck, which makes sense for us because now we have one tool battery that we can use across the board. So I like that. But it was $999, $1,000 for this plastic snowblower that I can pick up, put in the back of the truck, throw around, and just use for sidewalks. And it's plastic. $1,000. Now, with that said, it comes with 2 12 amp hour batteries. And I did a video on this, so you can watch it if you're interested. It's a great snowblower, power, shoot, everything on it is really cool. These 12 amp hour batteries are $300 a piece. And you can get 9 amp hour batteries for 2 for $300. So, but if you go with the 12s, they're at this point in time expensive. So if you bought this unit, bare tool, it's $699. $700 bare tool, $1,000 in a kit with 2 12 amp hour batteries. So everyone should buy this in the kit with 2 12 amp hour batteries because it's a deal. Technically, it brings this guy down to $400, more of where it should probably be priced. It's insane how much things cost. And when you compare it to something that's gas, I mean, I got behind me a Craftsman Select gas snowblower that was $1,250 at Lowe's. It is probably going to outlast this DeWalt 10 years plus, because all I have to do is maintain the engine, and that is going to take time, my time, it's going to take my money, but as long as I maintain that engine, keep it running, keep the carb clean, keep everything going, a few little things here and there, and that dude will work light duty use for a good 10, 15 years, where I don't know that this snowblower is going to do that. In fact, many of my other snowblowers like this one have run into auger issues. You hit a piece of ice, something bends. I mean, it's this little piece in front, because it's a single stage, is whipping around and there's not a lot there, and it'll bend, it'll hit, things will happen, and next thing you know, it doesn't work and it's not repairable. You buy a new one. We've kind of become that throwaway society, and that scares me also because people aren't learning how to fix something. We get to a point, you go, oh, it doesn't work, throw it away, go buy a new one. Home Depot's just down the road, and there we are. We've become a society that can't fix cars because you need special tools, or you need to pull the cab off, or it's so complex when you get inside, we don't have the money to invest just to fix it. It's cheaper to take it somewhere. It's easier to take it somewhere, put the money into it. Eventually, you're not going to fix it anymore, and it goes to the scrap pile, and we get a new one. But it is expensive these days to continue down that path, and it makes me wonder why people aren't willing to learn a little bit more, spend some time, spend a little bit to take care of some things that are built a little better, like that Craftsman. Even though that's not the pinnacle of a really good snowblower, it's mediocre, but it lasts. If you just put some time and money into it a little bit, not a ton, in a little effort, you could get that thing to go. It's just not convenient, but convenience is super expensive. Now, DeWalt is not alone in very expensive battery-operated snowblowers, and I do understand now a little bit why so many people like Ryobi, but you could go in for $599, get this Ryobi with a 6 amp hour battery, and while, I'm sorry Ryobi fans, it is a piece of junk, it will actually get things done and maybe last you a couple years. $5.99, $600 still though for a load of plastic in a heaping pile. Now for $3.12 you can get a Snow Joe in much smaller configuration. Again, I hate to bag on Snow Joe. I mean, I've not used anything of theirs that's been really high quality. 100 volt here, 24 two-stage, $1,300. What happens when those batteries die? That to me is what's interesting. 4 batteries in a Ryobi, $1,600 for a two-stage. And when those batteries go down, you're going to be spending well over $1,000 to redo that. And the warranty is just not there. 3 in stock in Bay City. That means that sells to me, you know, ship to store. Snow Joe doesn't have 14 of these Ryobis in stock at Home Depot. Those are selling, in my opinion. That's crazy. $749 for a little bit nicer single stage Ryobi. That's getting up there, but a lot of people are buying it. 4-star review, $337. You probably don't have a lot of snow. And then here's the one we're talking about, $999. It is much nicer than the other ones that are around, but you're paying $250 more for it. But you can use these batteries with anything else. And I think that's going to matter to a contractor like me who's using it out in the field on commercial jobs, or it should matter for that homeowner who's invested in DeWalt tools. So that makes it worth the premium because of what you're getting. But wow, that is a lot of money. And here's what scares me. Right now, anybody who wants a job can go out and get a job because there seems to be job openings that pay a fair wage just about everywhere because it seems like a lot of people don't want to or don't have to work. So politics aside, because I don't think that matters in this situation, at some point, maybe that doesn't happen. At some point, maybe we can't afford the $600 snowblower every 5 years, or we can't afford to replace the batteries, or maybe all this stuff that we're throwing in a landfill eventually catches up with us. And if you'd think all this should be recycled and is recycled, some of it is, most of it is not, because it's too expensive to get most of what you need out of here. However that goes, whatever you believe, however it is, throw it in the comments if you think I'm wrong. At some point in time, we're going to be so used to paying for convenience that we're going to be unable to fix, repair, or take care of a lot of the equipment. And when something goes wrong, if you don't have the insight to dive into it and say, hey, how am I going to fix this? And we're going to have generations that are going to go between that gap. I mean, I always hear the saying, our grandfather's first cars had instructions how to adjust the valves. They had to know about timing. They had to change timing while they were driving down the road. There's a lot of things that you used to have. Now you're getting warnings on not to put a plastic bag over your head that came around things. I mean, it is comical when you think of the ability of our just 2 generations before of us in where we're at today, in what we're used to doing or what we're used to paying for. So a couple more generations, we're going to get to a point where we're going to be very stupid when it comes to fixing a lot of things on our own. And if you're even remotely interested in it, take some of these things apart carefully that you know you can put them back together and just look at it, learn it. Even if you're buying electric or buying battery operated stuff, get interested in how to repair this stuff or learn gas engines. Are they going to be around forever? I don't know, but at some point in time, you may find an old one and have to get it running again. That is a skill that is going away quickly. And I don't think that's a good thing. That's as far as I'm going to go down the Wrangler Star hole for the upcoming struggle. You have to learn how to repair stuff. He's a good guy, a little extreme for me, but he's actually a good guy. Either way, I appreciate your time. I'd love to hear your comments below on this stuff. How expensive are you willing to go when it comes to battery operated equipment? Does it help you in your business or your personal life that much? Talk to me in the comments. I want to hear it. Let's have a discussion. As always, again, thank you for your time. Thumbs up, subscribe. Have a great day.